At the Schooner pub near the River Tyne, they were already worried about having early closing, and today found out the new rules mean table service too, change they'll struggle to cope with.
Hospitality for food and drink will be restricted to table service only.
It's disastrous for us, frankly. It's going to be hard to survive, there's no question, but also I see the bigger picture and I understand why the councils are doing what they're doing, and I wouldn't like their job, frankly.
So you think you can last for a few weeks doing this, but not a few months?
I think you're exactly right there, yeah.
In a corner of the country famed for a good night out, a local lockdown designed to stop people mixing, and a mix of reactions to that.
I'm ready to do whatever it takes for it to be over. Like, I lost my job at the Theatre Royal and I was made redundant just this month. And so it's like the people that aren't respecting the rules, I wish they would so that I can eventually go back to work.
Don't think the 10 o'clock thing's going to do anything though.
No, I think it's going to encourage people to go out earlier in the day.
With thousands of students about to head to universities here, the start of term will be a key test. It was a broadening in infections from young to old, which partly prompted the North East rules.
We had a number of cases where we knew potentially where the source of transmission was, but very rapidly, and we've gone from being able to know that to transmission across our communities. We've also started to see the age range shift towards a slightly older population, and that's also a concern.
One of the council leaders who requested this local lockdown says the North East needs more testing to build a more accurate picture.
The evidence that we've had from our contact tracing has pointed us towards these particular restrictions. So our ask of government has been based on our evidence. But there's no doubt we need much faster testing and more testing capacity now.
Back at the Schooner pub, they're getting ready for one last night under the current system before the tighter local rules begin.
Let's talk to Peter, who's still in Newcastle for us. And Peter, people across the UK will be really interested to see what happens there in case it's heading their way.
Yes, and we're now seeing, aren't we, an increasing number of these local restrictions popping up around the UK. We've had places like Bolton, Leicester and Aberdeen, and this evening at 6 p.m, new rules will begin in the Welsh county of Rhondda Cynon Taf. People won't be allowed to enter or leave that area unless it's an essential journey like going to work or school. Here in the North East, these new restrictions we've been discussing on pubs and socialising will begin at midnight tonight, and they cover a vast area, including cities, towns and villages. And I'm told the hope is, the plan is, that the local lockdown will be reviewed on a weekly basis.